Okay, today, oh, actually, this is really dusty. Okay, today is a beautiful day. It's actually a perfect day for us to install the AC. It's not too hot, not too cold, and in a couple days it's gonna get really hot. So, better do it now than later. So the goal is to get the AC up here. What we're gonna try and do is actually use a ladder, because the AC is pretty heavy, and we'll put it at an angle, strap up the AC, and just drag it up that ladder to the roof, and we'll go from there. Gotta get it over the left. I'll go away now.
Oh my god. Wait.
Okay, just pull it on this side.
Oh my gosh. That was too much. Too much! What are they doing? Scott, give us a thumbs up.
So we got the AC up on the roof. That was a little scary doing that. The most scary part is I felt like I wrapped the ratchet, the rope around my hand, and then I'm like, if this thing drops, like, it's pulling me, but I don't think it would have, because it wasn't that heavy. But anyway, got it up on the roof. This is where we put the sheet metal. Now I'm just trying to figure out the size of the hole that I need to cut for this to drop into. So it's just step one, though, accomplished pretty well up here. So check.
Oh no, anxiety creeps up on me. Is this how it's supposed to feel? Tell me when it's over, I got someplace that I gotta be.
Okay, perfect timing. My distributor for the AC on the inside just arrived. Okay, now for the fun part, cutting out the hole.
My friends say, get out of your comfort zone, it's a blessing in disguise. Get out of what you call home, your name is written in the sky. It might feel just like you're on your own, but baby, it's another lie. Remember, you were made. I try to work, but it doesn't work. I try to say something, but there's...
Okay, got the AC hole cut out and got it all lined up, and it's looking pretty good. I think what I have to do now is I'm going to build kind of like a little frame all the way around this, and then I'm going to put another piece up, and then this whole thing will kind of get squished down. It has like a 1-inch seal, like kind of like a foam seal, that will kind of get pulled down, and that will be also act as our weather seal. So I'm going to try and build the frame right now. Okay, I built just a 2x2 frame, just pretty standard frame, and then what I'm going to do is actually probably just liquid nail the top of the frame, and then this receiver right here has 4 screws that actually go into the AC, and so as you screw this up, the weather sealant will get compressed and the AC unit and the top piece will sandwich between the roof. And so right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this, pull it all up into place, so then that will be glued in place. And then that way, if ever I need to remove any of this, the frame will stay in spot. So, yeah, let's go. Okay, this is what I'm going to leave it for today. This is not completely installed. I'm just putting this here just to kind of see how it's going to look. I may have to bring it down just a tad. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it, because right now, if we're running our ceiling panels, this isn't low enough for it to go under the ceiling panels. So I might have to build that frame just a little thicker to bring it down, maybe like half an inch more, and then that way these can kind of like slip under here like so. But yeah, it's been a tedious project, so to speak, just kind of like figuring everything out, getting everything square. Like everything's really tight right now, which I'm not loving. I did do a hose test up top to make sure it's sealed, like waterproof wise, and that went well. Like no leaks came in. But right now, just this part, I can't screw everything in because of where the bracket is. I don't know if it's kind of pulled tight in one way or whatever, but like the holes aren't lining up. So I gotta figure that out. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it today, and we'll try and figure it out tomorrow. Okay, this morning I've been working on wiring this up. I got the 120 line running in here. Got the thermostat running. This obviously isn't how it's going to be. I'm going to extend these thermostat wires. But before I did that, I just wanted to make sure everything's working. Obviously don't have the trim piece and stuff on yet. But everything's kind of hooked up. You might be wondering what these wires are. You can actually add a heating element to this AC, so that's what that's for. But since we don't have that, I'm just leaving these loose for now. And so I'm going to go and turn on the inverter and all the power and see if this thing kicks on. I'm a little nervous whenever I'm doing stuff with electric. I'm always afraid of this part, so here we go. Just in case. Now let's see what happens when I turn this on.
Did I do that?
Okay, well, I tried to turn on, but I think it tripped my inverter. Okay, I ran outside and unplugged it from the AC, and unplugged it from the shore power. Stopped the beeping, so maybe it's too big of a surge. Gonna do some more research before I keep trying to run this thing.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so my AC unit has a watts of 2,800 watts. Our inverter is only 3,000 watts. So I'm assuming what's happening when this is trying to kick on, it's pulling it too much from the inverter, and it's obviously tripping. Now, my concern that I have right now is that we want to be able to plug into people's houses or plug in at campsites and be able to run that effectively. Now again, I know you can get, like, it's kind of called like Easy Start and stuff like that, where you install it and it brings that surge down. My only, again, concern though is that how much it was going to be pulling once it's up and running. Because I believe it's kind of like a fridge. Like it starts hard, but then once it's running, it's good to go. So I want to know how much that brings it down, because if it don't bring it down enough, it means that we're not going to have enough watts from the inverter to run everything else. In comparison, this unit is 2,800. I was looking at a Furion unit that's only 1,600. So that's 1,200 less pull than this one. So again, I'm going to do some more research. I really wanted this AC unit just because it's got great reviews. And so I'm just trying to figure out now, once I install like kind of Easy Start, is will I still be able to use this and everything else efficiently? If that's the case, this is great. But if not, we might have to take this guy back and yeah, get a different unit. So I'll keep you up to date. Okay, so I've been doing some research. I did go ahead and I purchased this guy, Micro Air Easy Start. So I am planning on installing this to our AC unit. What this does is it brings down the surge, but it's kind of like it slows down that surge when it begins. You know, kind of like if you think about a car going 0 to 60, it's the difference between putting your foot all the way down to the floor, pedal to the metal.
The metal to the pedal to the other metal.
Or it's slowly getting up to 60, and that's essentially what this thing's going to do. Instead of having a big surge to begin with, it'll slowly put that out over time to get it to its top, regular use. It should significantly bring down that surge between 50 and 70%. So that's what I'm going to install up here. But before I do that, because I got to clip parts of the AC on the inside to wire that in, I want to just make sure the AC is working correctly before I do anything major like that. And so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this 120 unhook it, and then I'm really gonna just hardwire it to an extension. So I'm gonna cut off the top of an extension wire, hardwire it in, and then plug this into the house just to make sure everything's working before I start clipping those wires. I think I know what I'm doing. Okay, all that's wired up. Now I guess I just gotta plug it in and see if it works. Okay. Moment of truth, I guess. What's up? Look at this! Okay, so we know it's good. Don't touch anything.
Oh my gosh, am I gonna blow up? Wait, should I move my feet? Is it gonna kick out cold air? Wait, is that plug supposed to be on anything? Whoa! My toes got instantly cold.
No, it's fine.
No. When you kiss me like this. Wow. It's so cold.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We have a real AC. Ladies and gents, we've got AC and it is cool as a cucumber in here. It feels amazing.
It's the coolest thing in that bus.
Too cool.
Okay, so I had the AC running for probably an hour or so right now. I also blocked off the front window because once we're in here and we actually have a... Sorry about that, the camera died. Because once we're actually in here and we have like the ceiling and everything, it'll be more insulated, and then obviously on hot days we'll probably have our blinds down, cover the windshield and stuff like that. So we're kind of trying to simulate that, but let me show you where we're at right now.
Exhibit A.
So we started at 88 and I set it to 70, and now it brought it down to 75 on this thermostat. However, if we go over to this thermostat,
It's at 73.
because it's blowing this way, it's at 73. Now this one says it's 70. So it's between 70 and 75.
This one's our middle of the road one.
Yeah,
Very
we'll go this
cool, very exciting. I told Scott I personally wouldn't honestly keep it as cold as it is right now, but I can imagine like in a hot Florida summer day, like this would be surreal. So good.
Also, since we've had it running, when it first started, it was a pretty loud unit, but I think that's because obviously when it was set at 88, when it was at 88 and I set down to 70, it's like going into hyperdrive. And right now, it's like as it's getting to that 70 degree, it's starting to slow the fan down and also become a whole lot quieter. So yeah, so far success. Still got it plugged in right here, so I will have to hardwire it all once I have the easy start installed. But today was a success.